Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today marks a pretty big day in the AE86 build, at least for me. What I'm going to be installing today has been something that I've had for quite some time. But first, before I do anything, I've got to clean this side of the garage. Okay, now that the garage is clean, let's move on to the install. I'm super excited because this is a pretty big part, at least to me, in the AE86 build. I'm going to be installing side skirts. As you can see up here, up there, if I remember correctly, those are J-Blood Replica side skirts, but I also got a set of Replica OEM side skirts from Retro-spec. The big thing with mounting these side skirts is I want to make them 100% removable. I want to be able to swap them out anytime. I don't really know which ones I like better. So instead of using those metal tapping screws, I'm going to be using these things called Nutserts, and I'll show you what those are a little bit later on. So I'm going to throw those front fenders on real quick, grab the side skirts and all the necessary tools, and let's get started on this install. So here are how the insides of each of the side skirts look like. Retro-spec Replica OEM, J-Blood Replica. The Retro-spec ones actually already had holes in them. So there's a hole here that matches up with that one. There's a hole here that matches up with that one. And there's a hole here that matches up with that one. These three holes down here will hold on this side skirt as well as the other side. And this is why it takes me so long to record, dude. Okay, now the materials that you're gonna need to install these side skirts. My main goal here is to install these side skirts and make them 100% removable. So in order to do that, I'm gonna be using this. It is a poly nut inserter kit. This is one of the more expensive ones, but this is the ones that all the professionals recommend. You can get a lot cheaper ones, actually at Harbor Freight on Amazon. They're a lot bigger. I was afraid I couldn't really get the car up any more than it already is. So I wanted to get one that wasn't too big so I could crimp them in there without any sort of problem. You can also do a do-it-yourself inserter tool using like nuts and bolts. I'll put a link to one of those videos in the description if y'all are curious about it. It's a lot cheaper way than buying one of these, but I bought this because I know this is gonna make the job a lot easier. Anyway, I bought this tool because I know it's gonna make the job easier. If I ever decide to put fender flares on this car, I'll have the tool. I won't have to worry about getting another one. So I decided to go ahead and get it. You are going to need clamps that will hold the side skirt in place so I can mark the holes on there. Also got a couple metal ones as well. You're gonna need a marker to mark the holes and a drill to drill them out. Make sure you use a smaller drill bit in the beginning. Also, it's a really good idea to have a test piece of metal. This is one of my original fenders that was just completely rusted to crap. So I used it to practice welding on. It's actually my first weld I ever did. Looks like complete crap. But I'm going to use this to drill a couple holes in here and try to insert some of these rivnuts and see if I can insert them correctly before I move on to the actual car. By the way, these are the rivnuts that I got. They're a little bit different than what the description said on Amazon. They were supposed to be ribbed on the outside to keep them from spinning and everything, but they gave me like a hex sort of end on them. So I don't know exactly how that's gonna go into the metal, but we'll see. Then I just went out and got some screws that'll fit it as well. So let's get to it. All right, guys, so a quick explanation on how this tool works. These are going to be the inserts. They're threaded on the inside, and I'm going to be installing these into the drilled holes to hold the side skirts on. Just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to use this hole because I think it'll fit in there. What you do is you drill the hole and then insert one of these. So you take the insert and you screw it onto your tool. You're going to stick that into the hole, crimp these together, and sometimes it takes more than one shot at it. So now I have an insert and it's threaded inside there, and as you can see on the back side, it actually mushrooms out right there, so it stays in there and it won't move once it's in there. You can take your screw here, thread it on in there, and in theory that's what's supposed to happen. There's the threaded piece right there. Alright guys, so I have 3 holes drilled on each side and Nutserts put in on each one of them. This is how they turned out. The black stuff you see is seam sealer that was put there to hopefully keep any sort of moisture out of the holes that were drilled. These are pretty much permanent now. Since they are the hex type of Nutsert, they shouldn't ever spin, but I'm wanting these to be a permanent solution. Let's check out the other side. And it's the same deal over here on this side. 3 Nutserts inserted with seam sealer around them to keep moisture out. So that's pretty much all I can do right now. I'm gonna wait for the seam sealer to dry. It's gonna take a couple of hours. Plus I'm gonna go out and eat. So when I get back, I'll come in here, install the side skirts, get the other holes drilled and installed. So I think I'm going to call it a night. I'm pretty much 99.9% done with the side skirt install. All of the holes and Nutserts are installed and seam sealed. Everything works too. Alright, so I will be back in the garage tomorrow and I'll show you what the final product looks like. Well, that's it for the AE86 side skirt install. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you all liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. And also, if you're new to the channel and want to see more content, click that subscribe button. Right there. And if there's no subscribe button there, sorry I look like an idiot. As always, if y'all have any comments or suggestions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Stay tuned for more AE86 content, and until next time, I'll see you later.